Day 14. We've got a reasonable day today. Only 21 kilometres to the farm, and then we're away. So we had a really good night last night, good night's sleep. The sun's coming up and drying out our tents. We're just taking a little while just to get that to dry out. Jaden and Maria staying in town in Piha at the moment, and basically taking a canoe trip across, a kayak trip across, and they'll be a day behind us now. We're sort of, I'm feeling just a little bit lightheaded at the moment, which is a bit difficult. Don't know exactly why. It's difficult to, I think it's my blood pressure pills. I've basically got too many of them, but anyway, I might have to stop those. Otherwise, everything's okay. We've got a guy that's giving us a ride to the start of the trail, because we're quite a way off it at the moment, and so which is quite cool. We were talking to him in the pool last night, which is great. Here, this has been quite a cool campsite. It's got a lot of birds around, a lot of chickens and rabbits, and we saw some northern weka, which I'll show you in the video. This morning, heard a couple of kiwi last night. Didn't see any, but yeah. Otherwise, everything's cool. See you on the trail. Just to give you a bit of an update on what's actually happened today. After I did the speech, or the start of the day, we got a ride out. We were getting a ride out to the start of the trail from the hotel. From the campsite. I got up and basically had a talk and said I'd had a bit of a light head. Got into the car, and as I was driving down the road, I got very lightheaded, and nearly flaked out 2 or 3 times. So decided that was not a good thing to basically be doing. So we came back to tried to get a doctor. We couldn't get a doctor in Russell or Paihia. Had to come all the way back to Kirikiri. At Kirikiri, finally got a doctor at 11 o'clock, and they went and did an EKG and a few other things, and they think that I've got a screaming low heartbeat at the present moment in time. So what's actually happening is that we're staying in Kirikiri tonight, and probably going to Paihia tomorrow, and then the next day probably going to the farm. So really taking 2 to 3 days off, just to basically give my body a little bit of rest, taking myself off some medication that I'm on for blood pressure, just to make sure that I'm okay. So yeah, bit of a blow. I'm a bit disappointed at the present moment in time that we're not walking, and that like Eden said, we just got to keep our heads up, and we've got enough time. So this is just another step in the way. So I'll keep you updated tomorrow, and we'll go from there. But just a very, very surprising day, and not exactly where we wanted to be, but we're still going. Okay, we'll see you later. Good morning. Good morning, Eden.
Good morning.
Eden's just got up. So we've been in Kirikiri last night. Yesterday we went and watched a movie, because we've got to get these rest days in. The doctor's basically orders. So today we're basically going to get out of this hotel, and we're going to go to on the way to Piha, because it's a little bit cheaper for accommodation there. We should get a room for about $100, and then we'll go on the next day probably to the farm. So yeah, looking forward to that. So just a rest day, mucking around, getting ready. We don't need to resupply as much. We've already got a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, just one of those days. I haven't had any dizzy spells since about midday yesterday. I'm not feeling still 100%, but it'll come more than likely. We'll see you on the trail. Hey, gorgeous.
Hey there.
How are you?
I want to hitch.
Yep.
We get to
So we're hitching out of Kirikiri, and we've got to the intersection now, just to Paihia. We've booked a place in Paihia, it's a little bit cheaper. So we're in the process of basically trying to get a hitch, which is difficult. Right, let's do the tour of this hotel unit. Here we go. There's Eden's bed. There's my bed. And that's it. It's cool, it's a lot cheaper, so it's quite good. And our view to the rubbish tins and the fire station. Oh, let's hope there's not a lot of fire alarms in the middle of the night.